Hey guys, episode 52 of Podcast Fat Boy. We've made some changes once again because you know I can't do this podcast more than a few weeks without making some drastic changes. Let's go!
Who's a fat boy?
Podcast Fat Boy.
Welcome back to Podcast Fat Boy, everyone. Hello, it is me, your host, Matt Duncan. Let's get right off to a good start here. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Hopefully everybody is healthy and they are, not experiencing any COVID symptoms, and hopefully you're feeling great. And even though you're feeling great, you're going out and you're wearing a mask because, I still see there are people who don't want to wear the mask. There's not many of you, and I will say they always do kind of fall into a category that I am a bit ashamed of from time to time in my life, that being white people. It's always white people not wearing the mask, usually, and they're usually of a skitty looking, type of background. Skitty, from the other side of the white tracks there. You know what I'm talking about? Seeing lots of that now that I'm living up north now, and it's a little concerning, and there's nothing you can do. The thing is people attacking you for wearing a mask. That's happening a lot. People are losing their minds. We're seeing very angry white men in CostCos going crazy when asked to wear a mask or just to stay away from people. The information on this disease keeps changing all the time, and that's what we have to realize. The governments do not want us to stay home. They don't want us to not make money. They don't want to give us money. They want us to get back to work. They want the pulse of the economy to go again. So stop the conspiracies that this is infringing on your rights and the government wants to stifle us. It's just not true. They are trying to protect us. For the whole world to shut down, this thing's got to be pretty fucking serious. For all these countries to come into agreement about something, like how often does that happen? Not very often. So please wear a goddamn mask. We're not through this shit yet. I've got this terrible feeling all the time, like they must have felt, living in Europe or Germany, anywhere the hot spots in World War II, when you just always felt like there were planes flying over you dropping bombs and you weren't sure when that bomb was going to come right through your roof and land on your fucking head. That's what I feel all the time right now with this COVID shit. And some people, they're just trying to ignore the planes, but the planes are fucking there. So please wear a goddamn mask. My last episode, its name was Masky Mask Mask. I just want to get mask in your fucking head. Now I'll tell you, I can say I've had some complications with masks. I bought some fucking masks in a panic off of some site. They came from like Latvia, and I don't know, the consistency of it is a body bag, and I can't breathe in a body bag. I don't think anyone can. That's not what they're for, but I had it taped around my friggin' head, and I went into a mall, which was very scary. Maybe it was a mix of panic, anxiety, and the fact that this mask that I bought was terrible. And I started to get dizzy and I almost passed out. But I did, the ones the simple cloth ones and stuff, they're fine. I bought from Old Navy, bought a 10-pack for $30 or whatever. Reasonably priced. They work great. You can wash them. Then you're good. You'll never have to buy these masks again. Just get 10. Get 10 masks. You wash them once a week. You wear one a day. You're good. But yeah, there are some out there because it's like all these companies that don't make clothing or whatever. Like my father's company, they don't make clothing, but they've switched and, they got into the face masks and making gowns and face shields and stuff like that because they had to keep their business going. So they're doing their best, but I would say the quality is touchy from mask to mask, and you have to make sure you get the right one. So, if you've got a grandma or a local friend that can make them, great. If you can support them, great. If you have to go to a bigger chain like Old Navy, I haven't shopped at Old Navy. I don't know if I ever shopped there. Maybe when I was 15, the last thing I bought there was probably a goddamn maroon long sleeve shirt with a yellow stripe up the sides. Feel like that's something like Old Navy, the shittiest fucking clothes. The store, I remember looking cool when you would go in. It felt fresh and kind of summery, but really shit stuff there. Terrible quality. So, they do got decent price on masks though. So check it out. Free plug for shitty Old Navy. I will give another plug too. If you are in need of sanitizer and you want it quick, I know that you could probably get it now in stores a little bit easier, but I got mine from Apex Lab. They shipped it to me. I swear it came in like a day. It's all reasonably priced. You can buy like a big amount if you want to fill little bottles with it, whatever. Seems to be a good price. And it's on the, it's not banned because, there's a lot of these sanitizer companies that are using like pure alcohol or whatever the fuck, and it's not good for you. There's so much shit. We're in a germophobic state of mind for the first time, like shit's never been cleaner. I'm seeing ads like crazy on social media for people, I bought one of those stupid fucking keys that opens doors and you can use it to punch in the keys to the keypads and stuff. I bought one of those. I bought one for my dad too for Father's Day, and he thought it was hilarious. It's humongous. It's on my keychain, and I haven't had to use it yet, thankfully for automatic doors, but I will. Maybe I will use it. I don't know. It seems stupid. There's also a bottle opener on it too. Make sure if you're going to get one of those dumb fucking things, get a bottle opener one too. So at least you can, in the future, have some proper use for it. You don't look like Niles trying to wipe down the chairs. Niles was way ahead of us with this germ stuff. If there was anyone that was prepared for it, Niles fucking Crane. Oh, man. But yeah, Apex Lab, check that out for sanitizer. I've been thinking the last thing I might buy to protect myself from this COVID shit is there's companies now that they're making like this little box and it's got a UVC bulb in it. Now UVC is used to kill bacteria and viruses, right? They use them in hospitals. They kill mold spores. UVC light is actually very good at killing bacteria and viruses. I do know that. So I just, you don't know these companies. Are they really using UVC light? Is it a good one? Is it effective? Nobody knows if these things work on COVID, but they will disinfect your phone, your keys, and whatever you put in these boxes. So I was thinking about maybe getting one of those. It seems a little bit of a fad thing that's going on with celebrities getting them, but you can't just wipe it down with sanitizer. That's something I've been doing with my phone. I have never cleaned my phone so much as I have right now. Talking about people who haven't worn a mask, who was seen in Vegas right now, not wearing a mask. OJ motherfucking Simpson partying for his 73rd birthday. OJ was taking part in some bar and of course not wearing a mask. And the scary thing that the World Health Organization is saying now about the coronavirus is that it actually is not just the 6 foot thing. When you're indoors, it can just be floating in the air for a while. And, if you're in a small bar and stuff like that, that's why people got sick so easy and so fast that were in restaurants and stuff in like New York, because that shit just lingers in the air apparently. And the 6 foot thing is bullshit. The distancing, you really can't help it. So it's nuts that all this shit's still opening up. I think we haven't seen it, the worst of it yet, and we just need to keep vigilant. Keep vigilant, OJ, put on a goddamn mask. How many lives do you have, kitty cat? How many lives do you have? Oh man. Oh. Well, I guess let's just I don't want to spend too long, as I like to say, but I'll give a quick fitness update, see what's going on there. Update. Okay, you want to know what's going on with me? So I'm taking part in a great new thing with, it's not a great new thing. I'm just doing like this workout challenge with Freddie, the guy that I do the other podcast, Confederacy of Dunks podcast. If you want to check out the Raptors podcast, basketball's coming back. But there's this site called Dareby.com. I think I've heard of it in the past, but I've never really been into it. But there's a challenge that you have to do every day, and it kind of switches every other day between exercises. The ones that we're doing right now are push-ups, to failure. And then on another day, we're doing shoulder taps, which is kind of like you're in a push-up position. And then you're like, just instead of doing a push-up, you're just reaching for your shoulders, doing like a tap. And we've been doing that now for all of July. So, you finish your day, you cross it off, and then you send a picture of it to whoever you're doing it with. And I feel like it's really good motivation to do something like that. If you're looking just to do a little bit of exercise and to, if you want to have a friendly competition with a friend, then darebe.com, DAREBEE.com. I think that's it. I also, have an Apple Watch. Billy Hooch, who's been on the podcast before, we did our second competition. If you have an Apple Watch and someone else does too, you can have these fitness competitions and you get points for, finishing, your stand and your exercise and whatnot. And he went hard. He went real hard. He maxed out his points like 5 of the 7 days. There's no way I was going to catch him, but it still motivated me to close my rings, close those exercise rings. That's what it's all about. That's what you got to do in this world, is close them rings. Frings and Onion, close them. I just ate Frings, just had Harvey's, ate some Frings. Now I got to close my exercise rings. Exercise Frings. If we could meet them in the middle, I need some exercise Frings. And maybe that's the motivation I'm looking for. But I have been working out. I've got the old shitty exercise bike that I've been using a lot. So, I'm trying to keep my weight good, trying to keep going down, getting stronger. Every day is a challenge. I feel like I'm going back into my old habits a little bit with eating and stuff like that. So I'm trying to not, get it back into that ton of saturated fat, calorie, carb hole that I've been in many a time before. I don't know. Did I say that we moved? I think this is the ADD that I refuse to get treated for. We're switching. So we switched to Anchor FM is now where we're hosting the podcast. There's just better statistics there. If you're looking to start a podcast and you want someplace free to host it, this is owned by Spotify. And you can transfer your current RSS feed from another podcast there really easy. So I think it's a great thing for us. I'm going to be switching our other podcast to it too, because the way we're doing it now, hosting it with FeedBurner and hosting it, through Internet Archive, we can't get the stats that we need if we ever want a sponsorship. Now, I don't know if I want sponsorship with this podcast. Who knows? I don't promote it. But people still listen to it, and I thank you for still listening to this podcast. I appreciate it so much, so much. So there won't be any change with how you find the podcast if you're listening on a podcatcher. If you are going to my website, you'll still be able to listen whatever way you have been listening. So do not worry, my little fatties, Let's go to, let's talk about one health news thing, right?
Please hang up and try again.
Health news. Really got to improve these stings. I'm better than that. I'm better than these stings. I need to take, 20 minutes out of my day and just make some better stings. But in the meantime, just want to talk about one thing. Gyms are dying to come back. Good Life, Fit for Less, whatever. They really need to open up again. I can't wait to cancel that membership. How the hell do I get in there? I don't want to go in there. That place is going to be menacing. If you're talking about how it stays in the air, COVID. So one guy's in there and he's working out for an hour and a half, 2 hours on the treadmill. And he's just like a geyser, like a COVID geyser on a treadmill. It just would, it's a bad idea. I think they postponed it. They're supposed to open, I think tomorrow, something like that, 2 days from now. And it's not happening. It's not happening. And I hope that they wait another few months. But I would love to get in there before they start charging me again and cancel, because if there's anything that keeps me running out of them gyms, it's shit like this. And now I've got a good excuse, so looking forward to that. That's why, really there's lots, if you got a little bit of room, there's stuff that you can do at home, that dare be stuff, there's 7-minute workouts. There's, get an exercise bike. You can get them cheap online, get a used one, whatever, the shit we could do at home. And, nobody talks to each other anymore at gyms. Everyone's got their fucking earpods and AirPods in. It's just like, it's not a social place. It's just a weird, it's like you feel like you have your own personal gym and people are constantly trespassing. That's what gyms feel like to me now. So if you are waiting for your gym to open, God bless you. But be careful, all right? Now let's finish it off with all that other shit. This is just one weird thing that, like, what fucking time are we living in? All right. So the only other shit I want to talk about. Okay. So we know that Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard have been going to court. He has been accused of abusing her, and she has been accused of abusing him. It seems like there is proof both ways on this one. And so I don't know. It's one of those messy domestic abuse. It looks like on both sides. And it just, Johnny Depp is in court right now testifying on, I don't know if it's what the fuck it is, civil trial or what. But he said the last straw for him in his marriage to Amber Heard is when he found a poo in the bed. He found a piece of poo in the bed. So he's saying that she's so crazy that he despised him so much that she took a shit in the bed and he found it. Now, I wonder how long that poo was there. Was it like as soon as it happened? Like he's a rich guy. They're rich people. Do they have like a double king? Did she do it diagonal, the other side of the bed? Was it like kind of under the sheets by the feet? Where did she take this dump in this bed? And how long did it take him to find it? Was it like Spud in Train Spotting? If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Spud shit, Train Spotting, where he completely caked his bed. He was a heroin addict in the movie. Shit the bed, and that's like really one of the only things that I remember from that movie. Just gross shitting extremes in a dead baby. That was pretty graphic. But yeah, poo in the bed, that's it. You poo in the bed as a strain of anger, that's grounds for divorce, I guess, for Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is going to put up with that. But Johnny Depp seems like the kind of guy that would, counter it, and he would take a dump. And I would imagine a Johnny Depp dump is smoky and nutty and just, impressive in a way, If he shit the bed, he'd have to throw the thing out. I'm sure hers was just a delightful poo in the bed, and maybe he kicked it around a bit. Sometimes he'd feel a sock in the bed. Sometimes I take my socks out in the bed, and he probably thought it was a sock. So he's kicking around a little bit, shitting up his ankles. But I don't know. I just don't know why I want to talk about this poo news, but it's just the world's so fucking dumb right now with all this stuff and with Trumpy, and it's just madness. It's just complete madness. But, Podcast Fat Boy's on this new hosting platform. Really excited about it, everybody. So wanted to get a quick 20 in. Like we're at like 19 or so right now. Just to get it back out there because, it's been real difficult. I've wanted to do this podcast a lot, but at the same time I have felt conflicted, and it's just hard to do anything right now except worry. So anyways, thanks for listening again, and thanks for being a part of the journey. Hey, maybe I'll start having some ads. Maybe we'll start making some motherfucking money off this shit. Get the guests to come back. But yeah, I'm feeling better. Gonna keep exercising. Do anything. I'm just saying, do anything. Wear a mask. Go for a walk. Just get your brain going because we're shutting down mentally, and it's not good. And heading into a winter, if this is the vibe, it's gonna be real fucking scary. So love you guys. Hope everyone's doing okay. Be safe out there. podcastfatboy.wordpress.com. Link there for Anchor if you want to listen there, but fuck it, I'll see you next time.